Miss Christine Brown Willie has spent this first week of September promoting her book Sister Wife, and boy has she seen success. And honestly, it is so well deserved. Someone in my Facebook group actually went to the Chicago book signing, and they reported that the event was sold out. There were hundreds of people waiting in line to meet Christine. To see Christine become independently financially secure and successful even is something that truly warms my heart. Make no mistake, this was never supposed to be Christine's reality. Life for women in Mormon fundamental polygamy was intended so that women would be entirely dependent on the men in the group. Women were groomed from an early age to be dependent on the men in the AUB and other Mormon fundamental sects for not only money, but for attention and validation. To see Christine write a book, and y'all know I do have some criticisms of the book, but to see Christine write a book about her life, and no part of the proceeds will go into the pockets of the church or the people that have mistreated her for so long. That is so satisfying to see as one of her fans. And I gotta imagine Christine is extremely proud of herself. She should be. Christine was a busy bee this week doing a book tour, and she did some press interviews as well. A couple things she said during these interviews made my ears perk up, so we have to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah, and welcome back to my channel. So the first interview I saw Christine do, as far as press for her book, was this podcast interview with Sarah Fraser. Even though it was launch day, a lot of people had already read Christine's book because Barnes and Noble in some areas just put the book out when they got it in stock. Reddit had already been buzzing with this story that Christine recounts in her book, in which McKelty was berated by Meri. Christine held this up as an example as to why she doesn't have a relationship with Meri. But a lot of us, myself included, have wished that we could see the OG team up as sort of a first wives club to take on the big bad wolves of Coyote Pass together. We would love to see the OG family and the OG ex-wives unified, but Christine let us know in the Sarah Fraser interview that's never going.
You and Meri, you clear up and the relationship, really how it ended, which was a situation between your two children. Do you think there's any hope for that relationship, or was that kind of so final for you? Like, you wish Meri well, but there's no chance of like any sort of friendship in the future? Yeah, no, I do wish her well. I see it. I hear things that she does. It looks like she's living her best life. And I'm so excited for her. That's great. She has some good friends. And I think that's great too. But there's no need for us to have any kind of relationship whatsoever. And it was not going to serve either of us. Was it really the situation between Leon and, forgive me, was it McKelty? That was just part of it. That was just one of the many. That was more of what I have just done. So I think that was the first of other situations that came up too. Even after that, where I'm like, no, we're not going to be friends. And she would even reach out. Like one point, she's like, can we be friends again? I'm like, no, we can't. Not when when I can't guarantee. Like, just no. And it's just, there's just enough. And I realize I just need to surround myself with people who are kind and who are beneficial to me, and that I'm beneficial to them as well. And so I was at a time when I just got rid of relationships that were unhealthy. And once I get rid of a relationship that's unhealthy, it doesn't come back. I don't let people into my life if there's not.
I was really surprised to hear that Meri actually has reached out to Christine and asked about rekindling a friendship. And Christine was like, no, thank you. Christine is done with faking the funk with people that she doesn't like very much, and for whatever reason. Some reasons she has shared with us, and some I'm sure she's keeping to herself. She doesn't like Meri, and she doesn't have to go along to get along, or whatever that saying is, just because they're banging the same dude anymore. To keep it all the way real, they haven't been banging the same dude for quite some time. But that's really neither here nor there. I get that Christine needs to protect her peace, and I respect that. I really do. But at the same time, I do wonder and I worry about Leon. I know that Christine doesn't treat Leon any differently than she treats Janelle's kids, and Leon went to Christine and Gwen's wedding, so they are being included in family functions. But I'm sure it would be a lot easier on all of the OG kids, including Leon, if there could be peace brokered between all the OG parents, is all I'm saying. As parents, y'all atypically structured your family. So if Christine could be told to suck it up because she had kids with Kody, well, she had kids with Meri too. But at the end of the day, Christine knows what's best for her, and she knows what she can and cannot get past. As far as trauma, Christine does say in this clip that she wishes Meri all the good things in life, but that's just not going to include being part of Christine's inner circle. After this Sarah Fraser interview, Christine appeared on Access Hollywood, and she was asked about the season trailer for Sis Wives, and in particular about that apology tour of Kody's. And what did Christine think about that? And boy, do I have thoughts on what Christine has. Had to say, you two sit down in a new season.
That apology? Well, I think the apology was for him. It wasn't for me. So you're going to see it. I can't even think about that with my mind being blown. You're going to see it. It's going to shock you. The whole apology, all of the apologies, all of it. I watched a little bit for the tell-all, like these little clips, and I was like, you did what? You said what? What? It was all for him. It was his apology. He needed to hear it more than anybody. He had his agenda that he needed to do. When he fixes his relationship with his kids, that's when I'll accept the apology. Like, take care of your kids, reach out to your kids, call them, spend time with them, and work on that relationship. And then at that point, we can talk apology. That's an action that should happen, not just words. Where's I'm gonna think? It sounds like words. That might be the thing that you haven't forgiven him for. Well, is the children and their relationship with him. My kids are heartbroken. Even the ones that talk about how they've moved on, they've accepted that this is their dad and this is what he does, and they've accepted it and they've moved on. I think in there, I love my dad. I love my relationship with him. And it's one of my favorite relationships that I have. So I can't imagine what it's like for my kids to not have a great relationship with their dad. Yeah, it's heartbreaking for me. So
When the interviewer uses the word heartfelt and apology in the same sentence when referring to Kody, I thought Christine was going to burst out laughing. Christine's all like, well, heartfelt. Well, you'll see how it plays out. I don't know how many times it needs to be said, but let us just spell it out. Kody is beyond redemption. Said it before. And I'll say it again if the death of his son didn't fundamentally alter his trajectory in life. He is irredeemable, in my opinion anyways. I'm not a mental health professional, but Kody's entire personality just screams disorder to me. Christine has known Kody for over years, and they've been doing a show together for over years. Christine knows when Kody is being genuine and when he's putting on an act or a performance for the cameras. There was nothing more to these apologies than creating content for the show. Christine knows that, and Christine says she'll believe he remorseful when he starts to build a bridge to his children and try to make up for all of the dysfunction that he has caused in their lives. In her book, Christine talks about truly telling her that she doesn't feel like Kody is even her dad. I was catching up on Mykelti's Patreon a couple weeks ago, and Mykelti was asked about Kody being on Special Forces, and if she knew ahead of time, and she admitted that she didn't. And Mykelti floated the excuse that she thought Kody probably didn't tell anyone he was doing Special Forces because he signed an NDA. Like, girl, that makes me so sad to see the mental gymnastics Mykelti puts herself through in order to make her dad not that bad. Game recognizes game. When I was drinking heavily, I made all sorts of bizarre rationalizations to make myself think I didn't have a problem. At some point, I had to cut the bullshit and get real with myself. And thankfully, now I'm /years sober. I'm not trying to equate Mykelti wanting a relationship with her dad to me having a drinking problem. But what I do wish for Mykelti is some level of acceptance that her father is who he is, and that who he is isn't worth her time. Every child deserves to be loved unconditionally by their parents. No child should be put in the position that the Brown children have been put in consistently over the years of having to make excuse after excuse for Kody, and how he's not actually all that bad when actually he's far worse. An apology tour followed by no action. Christine is like, miss me with that shit, hope you forgot your moose on Special Forces. Have the life you deserve. What have you guys been thinking of Christine's book tour? Or so far, have you made stops at any of the bookstores she's visited? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills, my podcast Mostly Harmless, and our website levelstudios.com. Links for all of that will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok at Reality Squad. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.